Welcome everyone, I'm Jax Potter, I am the Psych, and I'm coming to you from Brisbane, Australia. Today we're going to do a little card pull, we might do a guided visualization, I'll see what I'm feeling into, I might do a collective message, and I'm also going to take some callers, answer your questions, let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. So I am a trauma therapist and a psychic medium. I combine both in my practice and I see clients all over the world and we talk through your spirit team, we talk through things with ancestors, we work with your higher self, I help you clear out subconscious blocks, all of those kind of things. So it's really, my purpose here is to help you connect in with your team, connect in with your own soul knowing, the things that you love, the things that you know about yourself but have been a little bit burdened by in the human realm, in this earth realm. And I help you uncover that so you can tap fully into your potential, into your purpose, and be living your favorite life. And I just do it in the way that feels good to me. I work with your team and we roll from there. So let's do a little card pull to start. I'm a little croaky today. I've been a little bit sick, so I apologize that I'm croaky. But let's go. Let's do a card pull, see what the collective message is. I can definitely feel some energy. I'm going to talk to people today about things that have been burdening you for a little bit and you're ready to release. So I'm excited to talk to callers who have kind of been sitting with things, whether it's as I'm talking, I'm feeling it's a bit of guilt and shame sitting there. And let's move through that so that you can step into your sovereign power, so that you can feel more embodied and more like yourself. Okay, higher perspective. I had a feeling this was going to come through. Higher perspective. Oh, what I'm being shown from the collective, from the spirit realm for the collective, is connecting in more with your own intuition, your own soul knowing, rather than listening to the voices of your parents, listening to the voices of ex-lovers, listening to everyone else's idea of what you should be doing with your life. And this is where the guilt and shame bit that I was talking about comes in, because there's a lot of burden from external sources telling you that you can't do it, you shouldn't do it. Is this really what you want to do? And you're sure of what you want. There's a big part of you that's really certain with what you want, but you don't know how to move forward because you're listening to other people's voices. So this message is about quieting down all of the external noise and tapping into what you already know. Okay, beautiful. We might do another card pull a little later, but for now I'm going to take a caller. We've got, I think it's Carrie from Tampa, Florida. Hi, my love. Are you ready to talk?
Yes, I am.
Hi, honey. Do you have particular questions or topics that you want to talk about today?
I'm just going through a tremendous amount of change right now, and I would just appreciate any kind of message from spiritual world.
You've been going through changes for a little bit, and it feels like they're showing me sort of things have come in and then it's almost kind of not progressed to where you want. And then you're like, okay, there must be more change. So what they're showing me is you are always really open to things shifting, because you're very aware that when things get moved out of your life, it's for your highest and greatest good. But you're at the point now where you're a little fatigued and a little tired of the process of change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, before I go into the specifics, what your team want to talk about, and this is really beautiful, of what do you do to take care of your energy, because the fatigue is heavy at the moment. And you need to do an energy check first before we can even talk about what's going on for you, just so that whenever there is change that comes up in your life, what are your strategies? What works for you? What works for you to help ground? So what I'm being shown a tree, which is grounding back into your energy. What helps you ground back into your energy?
Going to the beach, walking around barefoot in my yard, and
Perfect.
taking a nap.
Okay. For you, I'm hearing it's words. So reading and writing. Do you do much writing?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. You know that one of your gifts, you've got some psychic gifts, you know that one of your gifts is automatic writing. Do you know this?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. You're being asked to connect into your gift of channeled writing, automatic writing, so that you can get your own messaging far more clearer. So let me explain how I see it from the spirit realm, how they describe, and this is for anyone listening. If you're wanting to connect more into your intuition and into your own gifts, I get shown it like a clear tube between the earth realm and the spirit realm. And if you think of that tube like a vacuum cleaner, that there's dust and debris in there. And the dust and debris is self doubt and overthinking. So if we work at clearing out the self doubt and the overthinking more, we'll always do it a little bit. But if we can work at clearing that out a little bit more, you will find that you'll be able to connect in with the spirit realm more because that channel is clearer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're being asked to, it's not so much self doubt that's coming up for you, but there is definitely a lot of rumination, a lot of the overthinking. And that's purely coming from because there has been so much upheaval in your life. And there's also been, and I won't disclose too much on air, but there's also been a fair bit of loss and a fair bit of trauma for you. And we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to. But because you've experienced quite a lot of change and loss and trauma within this life, your brain likes to be busy because that's a trauma response. And so
Mm-hmm.
the key for you is whether you work with myself or whether you work with someone else that you feel safe with on learning how to come out of overthinking, which is the left brain logic, and into the right brain, creative, connected to the spirit realm. If you're able to rewire and do that more, you're going to find that you can connect in with your own messaging far more easily, and that the changes and the upheavals won't actually be so dramatic because you're either anticipating them because you've got messaging about it, or because you're not overthinking, then you don't feel so off kilter. That's what they keep showing me is like, oh, when there's change coming at the moment, you're kind of thrown off balance. And you do
Yeah.
a beautiful job of
Yeah.
grounding, but you need more than the grounding right now. You need more than the barefoot walking, more than the beach. It needs to be more of a mental shift around releasing the overthinking that's coming from your past. That will help you so,
Mm-hmm.
so much. And the more you do that, the more you will tap into that amazing channeled writing that you have, because your messages are detailed and really thorough, the messages that you get, like really powerful. Do you keep the messages that you write? Do you have journals? Or do you have somewhere where it's written?
Yeah. I have like a blog.
Oh, you do. Beautiful, because they're showing me it's stored. So that makes sense. Do you share that with others? Is that shared with others?
No.
Okay. At some point, do you feel comfortable sharing your writing? So it can be different to what you've got on your current blog. This is more of a cathartic journaling. But at some point, would you feel comfortable sharing your channel messages, whether that's on social media or via a book or some avenue? How does that feel when I say that?
Maybe I would do that. Yeah.
How does it feel?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't feel like it's right this second. I don't
No, no,
know.
not
I feel kind of
not in this moment. This is where your
um,
team has jumped to, just to kind of give you a bit of a glimpse into what's coming up for you that feels very different to where you are now. And so they're sort of giving that glimpse so that you can be like, okay, I'm moving through all of this upheaval and all of this transition and into far, far more peace. And as you move into that peace,
yeah.
you'll notice that you tap your psychic gifts. So that's kind of why they've brought that in first up, to be like, you're moving, you know that, you already know this. I don't even need to tell you that all of this change is to transmute, move out all of the things that aren't working so that you can fully step into what is working for you. And you have been really intentional about asking for that. You've done a lot of, okay, anything that's not aligned, anything that doesn't work for me, anything that doesn't feel good to me anymore, I'm ready to move away from that.
Yeah.
I'm being shown a masculine beside you. Is this a partner or a family member that's close to you? They're showing me like there's someone that listens to you.
Maybe my father. He passed away.
What's his name?
David.
Are you happy to connect with him?
Yeah.
So your guides and he are talking about self-forgiveness, my love. As I'm saying this, it's come up really heavy for you. In order for you to move through this period of change more easily and step into your psychic gifts and have the peace that you're craving, which is coming, by the end of this year, it feels completely different. Self-forgiveness. Even as I'm talking, my throat chakra has gotten a bit blocked there. It hasn't always been easy for you to forgive yourself for things, and they're showing me a much younger version of you. When you write at the moment, do you write about current things or do you write about what's happened in the past?
Both.
Both. When you write about what's happened in your history, in your past, what is the sensation in your body? This is going to feel like a strange question, but it'll make sense. What do you notice in your physical self?
I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Okay, so you're being asked to pay attention to that, what you notice within your physical body when you are speaking about the past or when you're writing about the past or processing the past, because that will give you clues as to where that energy is still being stored. Do you know much about chakras?
Yes.
Beautiful. So that's why they want you to pay attention. And I literally mean the physical body, as in if you're writing or thinking about the past and you notice your stomach's hurting, or if you notice that, your third eye is starting to just feel really heavy and tight, pay attention to where it's being held. And they're suggesting some guided chakra meditations for the particular areas where you're feeling it in your body. Because you're so gifted,
Okay.
because you've got your own gifts, working with the energy and working with the chakras and working to tap into your own gifts and your channeled writing is going to help you with self-forgiveness, and it's going to help you release things from the past that you're still a little bit attached to and help you clear this way so you can move into the next chapter. You're very ready for it on the conscious level. Like your human self is like, come on, I'm ready to move. I'm done. But when we've been through some really intense experiences and some heavy things, it can be hard for our subconscious self to truly let go and to let ourselves step into peace, joy, abundance, all of the beautiful stuff, because they're saying for me it's not familiar for you. And when there has been times where it's been peaceful or joyful or easy, it hasn't lasted. So
Yeah.
you can feel hesitant about that. It's sort of like, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm intentionally bringing that into my life, but there's this subconscious fear that it won't last. And that can be cleared out through chakra work and through self-forgiveness.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. They're showing me some things in visions. I'm being shown horses. I'm trying to figure out if this is a literal thing or if this is a metaphor. Do you have a connection with horses, or sometimes horses is a metaphor for freedom, running free, that sort of thing?
Yes.
You have a connection with horses?
Yeah, I definitely love horses.
Beautiful. Okay. Do you have equine therapy over there?
Probably. I haven't looked into it.
Okay. Oh, now I know what this is. This is gorgeous. So you love horses. You know how horses are brilliant at picking up on energy. So if someone
Yeah.
goes near a horse, if that horse does not like their energy, they will not allow them near them. But there can be a completely different person come up to that same horse, and the horse is really receptive to being touched and loved on.
Yeah.
What they're showing me with this is something that'll be amazing for you too, is to tap into your gift of claircognizance and clairsentience, which is sensing and knowing. So you can already walk into a room and know who you want to talk to and know who you don't really trust and I don't feel good around you. You're good with that. But if you continue to keep harnessing that, what you will notice is that you make decisions much quicker in your life, and it allows you to move through situations quickly, and then you're not going to have so much change happen in your world. The other thing that they want to say is the changes, all these big upheavals that have been happening for quite a while now, like the last 2 years, it feels completely different for you than what it was 2 years ago. That's wrapping up within the next 3 months. Within the next 3 months, the big changes are settling down, particularly as you focus more on yourself and more on self-forgiveness and more on connecting in with your own psychic and spiritual gifts. They will settle down. Then you can start stepping into that new path. You're also being asked to, I'm here, receive money where it's earned. Don't say no to money. Don't minimize your worth in any way. Receive money where it's earned, because there's going to be some new opportunities come up next year. And they are meant for you. So no humility with that, no trying to negotiate your worth, none of that. Sorry, what did you say?
No, I said that sounds wonderful.
Oh, it's beautiful. Next year's very, very different. But this, in order for you to step into this fully, it is going to require a little bit of your own sort of, you're beautiful at doing your own healing work anyhow, but just a little bit more of self-forgiveness and more of the chakra work, that energy work will help you so much.
Okay, I'll do that.
My pleasure. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. All right, my love. We've got Alma from Pennsylvania. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
Hi. My pleasure. Do you have
Hello.
questions, my love?
No
questions?
I have a question about a move. I want to move out of state to get away from my adult children.
That's been going on for a while, that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it feasible? Is it feasible financially at the moment? And you don't have to go into too much detail there, but just in this moment, is it feasible financially?
No.
No. Okay. But mentally, you're there.
Past there.
Okay. Mentally, you're there. They're showing me not just a move, but a very dramatic change in environment as well. So I'm in Australia. I don't know Pennsylvania well, but what is sort of the stark contrast to the environment that you live in at the moment? What would be something completely different to that?
Well, I live in Pennsylvania. Sometimes we get really bad snow. We get snow.
Okay,
it's
so
cold.
it's really
the
cold.
Winters are cold and long and
dark, and it just feels very not that the place where you're living feels oppressive, but it feels very heavy on your energy, and you are going to move. The reason I'm pausing is because I'm waiting to see if there's timeframes. They're not giving me timeframes, which is fine. It doesn't mean that it's not happening. Sometimes they just don't give timeframes because things can change very quickly. So you might not be in the position to do it yet, but that could change in 3 months' time. So that's the only reason they're not giving me timeframes. What they are saying is that it is happening, but it feels the environment is completely different. The reason I feel a bit breathless as I'm saying it, because it's going to feel so different for you in a beautiful way, but there is going to be a bit of an adjustment period just because it is so different. This doesn't mean that it's not great, because once you are settled in and adjusted, it's a huge relief. I just wanted to sink my body in, take a huge sigh of relief. Once you have adjusted to this move, it's far more, it's more you. It's more you. What are the things that you love to do? You are a creative and you need to be keeping busy. You need to keep your creative self busy. So what are the things that you do to keep your creative self busy?
I don't. No, I don't. My time
Need
is
to
all
be.
occupied with my kids and my
Yeah.
grandkids, and you know, I'm watching my grandkids 5 days a week, and I'm just
This is what you're
stuck in a rock
feeling,
in a hard place.
what it feels like, and you're feeling a bit constricted is the word that I keep feeling, like just where's me? Where's the time for me? Where's my creative energy going? I'm not, you're living for everyone else at the moment. And I understand
Yeah,
that's the
and it's
current
been that way for
situation.
the past 4 years, 5 years.
That's why I said this is not a recent thing. It's been a long time. It's beautiful that you're doing that, and it's beautiful that you've done that, but it does need to shift. It really does.
And I don't think it's going to happen until I move.
When No, but you are moving. So that's the beautiful part of that. And when you move, this is why I said to you, it'll be an adjustment. But once you are settled in, no wonder it feels so completely different, because at the moment you are living in an environment that gets very cold. You are catering to everyone else's needs. It feels quite stifling. And when you move, there's so much more freedom and so much more capacity. The way your team is saying it is more capacity for pleasure in the things that you've forgotten. So if you take yourself back decades, what give me one thing that motivated you, that felt inspiring, because they're showing me like all these ideas that you had that felt really beautiful to you, whether it was a hobby or a creative outlet or writing a book or whatever it is. What was it that felt really inspiring and exciting to you?
Um, I really didn't do any of those things. I do,
It's not I do it,
I,
but the idea where you was like, one day I'd love to do that.
no, yeah, like I would walk, um, 6, 8, 10 miles, a couple of days a week. And
Yeah.
I'd be in parks and I'd be in nature and I'd go to the river and I did rituals and I did witchy stuff, you want to call it witchy stuff, and that's where I
I'm
was
a witch.
most comfortable.
Yeah. So that's right brain work. So I'm a witch as well. And whenever I'm stagnant in my life or just not feeling great, I absolutely have to tap into my witchy stuff, because that's creative. Even if other people don't see it as creative, you know what it's like. You know that using divination tools, you know that performing rituals, being in with Mother Nature, all of that stuff is very fulfilling and very creative for our souls. It just feels natural and it feels
Hmm.
easy. And
Yeah, yeah.
this is, yes, the external circumstances are why you're feeling stuck, but a big part of the mental, so that's creating a physical drain. But a big part of your soul drain and mental drain is because you're not connected into the witchy stuff. I actually did put on a jacket this morning, which has the pentagram and it has all my witchy symbols on it. And I was like, oh, I'm absolutely speaking to a witch today. So I'm so excited that I'm speaking to you. Until you move. So in the meantime, until you move, you are being asked to connect back into your witchy practices. Even if it is just simple things at home, some altar work at home, or some really simple things at home that help you come back into who you are, because you know that that's when you feel you're most grounded and supported. So we're mind, body, and soul, which means that we have to take care of all three energetically. And at the moment, you're not able to do a lot about taking care of the physical drain that you're experiencing because you're looking after the grandkids, you're doing so much for other people. So you can do a little bit, but that's going to create a drain. So what you're being asked to really focus on is the energy within your mind and within your soul. And your witchy practices are the quickest and easiest way for you to pour some more energy into that soul work. Does that make sense? Because at the moment you're depleted in all areas. And it's really hard to move forward in any area of our life when we're depleted in any of those areas. The
Mm-hmm.
other thing they're asking, please tell me that you already use cards, whether it's tarot or oracle.
I have them. I just haven't touched them in years.
Why?
Um, Time, a very
Yeah.
big loss. some years ago, a very, very huge loss in my life.
Huge. Yeah, which also at the time brought up a whole heap of other stuff as well with it. So often when we go through a big loss, and this is the case for you, it's brought up a whole heap of self-doubt for you and questioning. There's been, the way they're showing me it for you is you question yourself so often. And when you are in your witchy practices and when you are reading tarot and reading cards, that self-doubt and questioning yourself is nowhere near as strong. This is why you need to connect back into those practices, even if it's just for 2 minutes at a time. I'm not saying you have to spend hours every day doing that. Even if you've only got a couple of minutes here and there, it is going to support you so, so much. The other thing that they're saying is that you need more electrolytes. You're a little bit dehydrated. This is because of all of that energy coming out. So you absolutely just go and grab some electrolytes. Water's not going to be enough, so you need some electrolytes as well. But you also are being asked to just immerse yourself in your desires and your stuff more so. Even if it is you wake up 5 minutes earlier and do a little card pull, or you go and do a ritual once a week where you've got the capacity, but please tap into that. Then you will find that as this move happens, it is far more easier to move into it and far more easy to have that transition to go from putting everyone else's needs first to actually coming back into your true sovereign self. All right, my love, thank you so, so much. You've got this. I'm excited for this move because it's so different for you.
Yes, I thank you so much. For your
My absolute pleasure. My pleasure. Oh, thank you, everyone. This has been so incredibly, incredibly fun. You can work with me worldwide if that feels good to you. I'm the Psychic Psych on all socials. It's been amazing. I'm going to do one quick little card pull before we go, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and I will see you again next week. Oh, we have versatility. Adapt, allow yourself to pivot, and trust in yourself as changes happen in your life. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, everyone, for all of your time and for your trust.